Hello. So today I want to tell you about the game Pack and Paddle, and this is the newest game from KTBG coming to Kickstarter on May 5th. And as you can tell, this probably looks very familiar in the art style to many of their games, but this is not a game that is in like their Creature Comforts line. This is its own game, and it is about a 3-day camping trip in a canoe, which the indoor kid part of me thinks is a little bit of my worst nightmare because anything that has to be powered by my arms and not my legs, we're not getting very far. But in the board game world, it all works out. So in this game, you are going to be taking adventures and doing things while you are camping to try and score the most points. So everybody is going to have their own player board. I, of course, am green. Everything I'm showing you is a prototype. This is not a finished production copy of the game. So just know that, and know that there will be details on the page that are going to let you know what's an upgrade, what's in like the deluxe version, things like that. So this is day 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, I have 4 slots here that I am going to be filling in with different cards. Sometimes those cards or tiles are going to give me an immediate benefit, and sometimes they're going to help me with end game scoring. Sometimes where they are placed is how they will score, and some of the tiles will just have scores on them. You can also see over here, this is my canoe, and when I make it farthest on the canoe map on any given day, I can win medals for that are going to get me points. And then over here, if I get wildlife tokens, those are going to go here. Campfire tokens are going to go here, and activity tokens are going to go here, because all of those will benefit me in some way throughout the game. So this is kind of my individual player board, and everybody has one. And then everybody is also going to have a set of cards per their color. And the purpose of the cards is to basically pick your drafting order, because there's going to be tiles available. So you will have cards numbered 1 through 5 in your color. And on the board, you can see that there are 4 spots, meaning I'm going to play 4 of my cards each round. So I'm only going to get to do 4 of my 5 possible actions. And what you do is you secretly decide which one you want to do, and everybody puts it face down, and then we all reveal, and whoever played the highest number gets to do their action first, meaning they get to take their tile first and then do whatever it tells them on their card. So that is, interesting, because then this will go here once I've used it for that day. So people will know what numbers I have left, and ties, there is a way to settle them. So that's all going on my individual board. And then over here in the center board, this is where camp happens. So what are some of the things that occur when you're camping? Well, there's weather when you're camping. So we need to know what kind of weather we're going to have today. So you're randomly going to draw 2 of the weather tokens, and those are going to go on your day. So I know that it is going to be sunny and cold. So if it is sunny, then I cannot forage for mushrooms today. And if it's cold, I cannot go fishing. So that leaves us with the activities of rock climbing and golf or frisbee golf. So these have tokens that go with them, and you will be able to collect those, and later on in the game you can spend them for abilities. We're then also going to have activities down here, and this is based on player count, how many you put out. So in a 2-player game, you will put out all 4 of them, and you will get 2 on round 1 and then 2 on the second, round 2 of your first day. If this were a 3-player game, we'd only put out 3. And if it's a 4-player game, you put out 4, and it refreshes every round. What's over here? Well, there's also this version of it, and this is the wildlife that we could potentially see. So we want to be able to see wildlife, because the more wildlife we can see, the more points and benefits that we can get. And there's actually going to be weather on the day we go home, and that's going to affect how some of our wildlife are scored. So we can take from any of the first 4 wildlife that are showing, but the ones that are way high up in the mountains we can't take yet. So if one of our actions is to take a wildlife token, and I took this cute hummingbird and added it over into my area, everything moves down and a new wildlife token comes out. And between days, these will cycle through and things like that. So this is kind of the cool version that shows you that, but also you can simply place them flat on the board as there are spaces for that as well. So they have weather conditions on them, like I said, and you can see what is happening there. So on our turns, we all put out what we want to do, and then we do what our card says. So if this is a 4-player game, we are going to randomly select tokens, and we are going to put them on here. And this is the tie-breaking track. So whoever is at the top of this will settle all ties, meaning that like if we both played the same number, whoever's ahead, they get to go first. If there's a tie for whoever collected the most wood or whoever has the most canoes or whoever, every tie is decided by this track. And one of the options on your card is to actually move your piece to the top of this track and move everybody else down. So that becomes very important. We also have our canoe track because every day we're going to be racing our canoes across here, and whoever gets the farthest on the canoe track will get one of these medals for first and second place. So that's important. So what happens, like I said, you're bidding. And when you bid and it's your turn, you select one of these activities and you add it to your display, starting at the top and moving across. They go in order. You can't change that because at the end, sometimes, like I said, some things will just have points on them and some things will have scoring based on color and things like that. So you take the activity that you want, you do what it says if it has an instant effect. If not, it just goes on your board. And then once everyone's taken the first action, you take the second, the third, and the fourth action. So it's really fun because you know what cards people have. And so it's kind of that mind game of, I really want to do this thing, but do I want to play my 5 in order to do it? And once I play my 5, everybody knows I don't have the ability to go first in the turn order again. But do I also want one of the bonuses or better things that are on my cards? Because the 5 does not give you any bonus actions. Each tile that you take gives you some bonuses. So at the end of the night, the amount of wood that you've collected, you look here and it tells you how many campfire tokens you get to look at and how many you actually get to keep, because those will all have benefits for you as well. And those look like this. So it is a lot about finding cards that are going to like synergize and work together and play off of each other. And because your weather conditions are different every day, it's giving you different opportunities of activity tokens you can take. And with those activity tokens, you can then do different things as your player aid spells out. So for example, when you play card 1, go on a hike, so your number 1 card, claim an extra animal from a mountain space if you have one of these activity tokens and choose to spend it. So then you not only get an animal, but you get a second animal, which can be very, very helpful. So one side of the player aid walks you through what to do with your activity tokens, and the other one walks you through the flow of the play with the day, and then the campfire stage, and you do that over 3 days. And then you have your going home weather conditions and you head into final scoring. This game is really clever. It's a lot of fun. I love, like I said, figuring out what number should I play when, what number do I think other people are going to play, when do I want to try and get myself to the top of the turn order or the tie track, things like that. Because if there's no ties for numbers, then it's simply who played the highest number. So this is a really fun game from KTBG. I'm very excited for it to come to Kickstarter and for it to get produced. So go ahead and save the page. Like I said, May 5th. This will be launching on Kickstarter. It's a really enjoyable game. Let me know what you think. Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.